When the clock strikes 6 a.m. on the morning of the 10th of October 2022, 3 flights are waiting for clearance to departure at Heathrow Airport.
By then many hours have passed of ground staff, airport security, baggage handlers, air traffic controllers, customer service personnel, pilots and flight crew meticulously preparing to ensure that a jam-packed full day of flights will run as smoothly as possible. Now, 3 airplanes are hopefully boarded and ready to depart on time. Flight TP1363 to Lisbon, Flight OS458 to Vienna and Flight LX345 to Zurich, all making their way from their respective gates at Terminal 2 out on their assigned runway after clearance from the air traffic controllers.
This marks the start of a hectic morning session with 22 flights scheduled for departure in just the first hour of operation.
The 6:15 BA472 flight to Barcelona marks the first flight of the day for British Airways. The 6:45 BA1382 flight to Manchester is the first domestic flight of the day, and the 7:45 AA099 flight of American Airlines to Chicago is the first non-European flight of the day. 8 o'clock is the scheduled departure time for flight BA165 to Tel Aviv, the first flight to Asia for the day, and just 5 minutes later, the first flight to Africa leaves, flight BA2546 to Algiers. At 9:20, Virgin Atlantic makes the first flight of the day to the Caribbean, flight VS107 to Montego Bay, Jamaica, and the 11:55 flight QF010 to Melbourne is the first flight to Oceania for the day. The 12:25 BA249 to Rio de Janeiro is the first flight to South America of the day.
We mark all morning flights in red and all midday flights in pink.
In 2019, more than 80 million passengers travelled to and from Heathrow Airport, 23 kilometres outside central London, making it the 7th busiest passenger airport in the world that year. Since then, the pandemic took a big swing at the global air travel industry, but after regulations gradually has been relaxed, the summer of 2022 saw long lines of passengers waiting to take up international travel again. In the morning, we see a lot of European flights with Amsterdam, Dublin, Frankfurt and Madrid topping the list of destinations. In the top 12 of cities, 11 are European.
We mark all afternoon flights in purple and all evening flights in blue.
The further we get towards the end of the day, the more North American and Asian flights are scheduled. In total, 360 flights are leaving Heathrow this day with European destinations. 125 are leaving for North America and the Caribbean, 75 for Asia, 22 for Africa, 5 for South America and 3 for Oceania. At 10:40 p.m, the last flight of the day leaves Heathrow, Avianca flight AV121, landing at 3:30 in the morning in Bogotá, Colombia. In the top 5 of airlines, we find United Airlines with 19 flights, American Airlines and Aer Lingus with 21, and Virgin Atlantic in second place with 26 flights. But they all fade in comparisons with the airline that calls Heathrow its home base and stands for every other flight here, British Airways with 289 flights. The top 10 of destination countries are in reverse order: India at 16, the Netherlands at 18, Switzerland at 21, France at 22, Ireland at 24, Spain at 25, Italy at 33, domestic flights within the United Kingdom in third place at 50, Germany in second place with 52, and the clear winner with 107 flights, the United States. The most common destination city is New York City with 28 flights. In total, 590 flights are scheduled for departure this day.
I really hope you enjoyed that visualization. I think it looks quite cool, even though there is just a big ball of yarn here over Europe. I couldn't really put strings on all the European flights, but I guess it's a good visualization of the intercontinental flights at least. I would almost want to put this on the wall, but I don't think that's possible. Maybe I'll make a more permanent one in the future. If you want to see more of these types of visualizations, you can tell me in the comments down below or subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.